Class,
Good morning, sir.
before we start our class, please pick all the garbage and arrange your chairs.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all stand and Miss Lia, can you lead the prayer? In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen. Uh, Take your seat and I'm going to check your attendance first. When I call your name, please raise your hand. Lia,
Present, sir.
Lorenza,
Present, sir.
Lolita,
Present, sir.
Jan Leo.
Present, sir.
Very good. All of you are present. Before we proceed to our topic for today, I want you to look the picture that I have here and tell me what it's all about. The first picture is all about.
Subject, sir.
Okay, very good. How about the picture number 2?
It's about action, sir.
Action.
The first picture I observed is dancing, and the second one is running.
Okay. In English, action is. What is it? In English, action is talk about.
Verb.
Okay. The last picture, what's it all about?
It's about contract or agreement, sir.
Oh, it's an agreement. Okay. Now, do you have any idea of what is our topic for today?
It's about subject-verb agreement, sir.
Okay, very good. Our topic for today is all about the subject-verb agreement. Now, I'm going to read the objective of our topic for today. Objective. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to identify the singular and plural subject and verb in sentence. B. Understand the roles of subject-verb agreement in constructing a sentence. Distinguish the differences of each role of subject-verb agreement. D. Construct their own sentence using the correct subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement. Subject and verb must agree in one another. It means that if the singular is singular or plural, thus if subject is singular, its verb must be singular also. If the subject is plural, its verb must be also a plural. It's clearly stated there that every the subject is agree with the verb. But in present tense, noun and verb form in opposite way. Noun add an s to the singular form. But verb remove an s from the singular form. I have some example here. Here's the example of, at the first example, the dog chased the cat. And the second is, the dog chased the cat. As we see, in the first example, the dog has no S. It's because it's put to the verb. At the second, the dog has S and the chase has no S. It's because the dog is in a plural form. In the first example, the dog is in singular form, same with the bird. Now, in the second example, the dog is in the plural form, also the verb is in the plural form. Of the subject-verb agreement. We have a lot of rules in subject-verb agreement, but I'm going to discuss the 5 rules only. First rule, the first rule of subject-verb agreement is a phrase or clause between subject and verb does not change the number of the subject. I have some example here. Example of the subject-verb agreement in the first rule is example number 1. A can of lima beans sit on the shelf. In this example, the verb we have the prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase is the of the lima beans. Now, the verb sit agree with the subject, can, not with the beans. It means can is the subject, sit is the verb. So, sit is agree with the can, not with the beans. Now, in the sample number 2, the woman who went to the meeting were bored. Now, the verb were agree with the subject woman. Because who went to the meeting is the dependent clause. Therefore, the verb agrees with the subject woman, not with the meeting. Go to the second rule of the subject verb agreement. The second rule is the indefinite pronoun as subject. In the second rule, there are 3 parts of indefinite pronouns. The first part is the singular indefinite pronouns. Singular indefinite pronouns subject take singular verb. Here is the singular pronoun word. We have the it, either, neither, one, no one, nobody, nothing, anyone, anybody, anything, someone, somebody, something, everyone, everybody, and everything. Now, here's the example. In the example, it's that a good deal of work around the office. Now, it is the singular indefinite pronoun and followed by the singular that. So, every singular pronoun must followed by the singular verb. It and that. Now, let's go to the second part of the indefinite pronoun. We'll go to the second part of indefinite pronoun as a subject. The second part is the plural indefinite pronoun take plural word. Now, in the indefinite pronoun, take the plural verbs. The plural is the several, few, both, and many. Example is both do a good deal of work around the office. The both is the plural, it followed also by the plural word do. Now let's go to the third part of the indefinite pronoun as a subject. The third part is the such indefinite pronoun may either singular or plural, with the uncountable use of singular with countable use of plural. Now, in either singular or plural, here are like some words. Some, any, none, all, and most. Example is, some of the sugar is on the floor. Because sugar is uncountable, it is singular. Some is singular, and the verb is singular also because sugar is uncountable. The example number 2, some of the marbles are on the floor. Some is in a plural form because marble are countable. Now the verb are plural also because, like what I said, marble is countable. Now let's go to the third role of the subject-verb agreement, the compound subject. The third is the compound subject joined by and are always plural. Here is the example of the compound subject. A pencil and an eraser make writing easier. Our plural, our subject is pencil and eraser are both plural. Therefore, the verb also must be plural, make. Because pencil and eraser, we have two subjects in this role. It's combined by and. Then, they are both plural. Therefore, the verb also must be plural. And now let's go to the rule number 4. Subject joined by or and nor, the verb agree with the nearer to it. Example, neither the director nor the actor are following the line closely. In the first example, the plural are agree. The plural are verb. Agree with the nearest subject, actors are. And agree with the actors because it is nearer to the R is nearer to the subject. In the example number 2, neither the actor nor the director is following the line closely. In this example, the singular verb is S. Now, and the nearest subject is the director in a singular form. But we have also the actors in a plural form. Now let's go to the Rule number 5. Now in rule number 5, inverted subject must agree with the verb. Inverted means the subject and the verb are interchanged. I have the example. Example. Waiter, there is a fly in my soap. The verb and the subject are interchanged. They are inverted. Therefore, in the first sentence, verb is singular and the subject is also singular. When it comes to the plural form, there are 4 flies in my soap. The verb is are in a plural form. The subject is in a plural form also. Now, in the second example is, how are the relatives taking the bad news? In this example, are is the verb in a plural form, and the subject are the relatives in a plural form also. That is, the inverted subject must agree with the verb. And that for now, and we were going to continue our discussion about other role of subject-verb agreement. But before we end our class, I want you to have an assignment. Give at least 3 examples in each role of subject-verb agreement. And that's all for now, and goodbye class.